into the action. They've already started moving their pieces, and it is Nakamura, Alapin, C3 Sicilian, Nakamura with the white pieces against MVL, and we can see the moves there in the bottom left-hand corner. We're going to follow it on this board because it's too quick for us, too quick for our hands at the moment. So I think you'd have to say Nakamura is favourite, and there comes up the board. He must be favourite, having a better score, a better record in this type of chess. It's very quick, 10 minutes plus 5 seconds a move. And you can see, I've never seen Maxime concentrate as much as that in my life.
I can tell you that Maxime had this position with black a couple of times, actually. And here the main move is long castle, if I'm not mistaken, for black. And then after long castle, there is some idea connected with bishop e4, e6, knight a3, and f5. I studied it just like 1 week ago, no, 2 weeks ago, actually. I had this as a preparation for my husband, actually.
I'm assuming that both these players have already, well, Nakamura's had a bit of time to prepare this opening because he finished reasonably quickly. He's probably had a look at what Maxime has played. Will he use his candidate's preparation? I don't know, but this is a massive game to play for. And I think at the moment, Maxime, is a g5 move possible? I like the idea of g5, but
the main move here, I think, is long castle, and that's what he played before.
Okay, so he's gone e6, and already a dynamic position. Quickly b3 from Hikaru. He's looking at the ceiling again. It's not over there, Hikaru. You've got to look at the board. b3 played, and white has this better structure. Okay, so we're in with the board now, so we can show you some lines. Black has a space advantage, and we are going to see opposite side castling. This is a really big game already. And just remember, the way this is 2 games. Look at the crowd there. 2 games, and it's 10 minutes plus 5 seconds a move. Obviously, a win in the first game will put whoever wins in a massive position. Bishop e7 played from MVL. Maybe he's going to try to play this a bit more safely with kingside castling. Maybe he doesn't want to risk walking into lots of preparation with a move like queenside. I mean, a move that springs to mind now immediately is bishop to a3. I mean, bishop to a3 is certainly one of the ideas behind this b3 move. I mean, I would, you know, if I was white here, I was wondering, does this move help me? Does this put any pressure on the position?
Maybe I can just answer with queen d5.
Maybe just queen
no,
d5.
maybe not queen d5, maybe better queen d7.
Queen d7.
C7
Keep it solid. And I think Maxime's still going for this kingside castling. Very interesting pawn structure we have here, because at the moment black has this extra space, but if white is able to take on c4, which he will do, then he'll have these pawns rolling up slowly up the board. And time situation key, we see Maxime taking a bit more time on this position already. So Nakamura, actually we have Nakamura with the white pieces. We should just say we got the name slightly wrong there, just in case you guys are a bit wondering what's going on. It's Nakamura who has white. There we go, quick change there. And we have Maxime with black. So I think a draw in this game would be a great result for Maxime, because then all he has to do is win with white. Easy.
Well, actually, I think in this time control, the colors are not of such great importance in comparison to classical games. And especially with a completely crazy position like this, I'm glad they've gone for something a bit mad. Pawn structure now, if white can get the d4 move in, he's sitting very well. Bishop on c2, but black's developed all of his pieces, so it's I mean, it's just, I mean, you can see, I think I have to say MVL looking a little bit nervous. Maybe he's just getting himself into the zone. Okay, so he's castled here, and he hasn't gone queenside, which was the more risky choice. Very focused, and look at that. Ah, he doesn't look worried at all. He's got time to go out, get himself a cup of coffee, come back, and do anything. I reckon he's absolutely terrified inside, though. I'm sorry, he's looking cool, but I'm not sure how cool he actually is. Okay, d4 played. If I was going to take a side here, I would say I prefer white slightly because of the pawn structure. A nice pawn formation here in the middle there with these 3 pawns all defending each other.
Did Maxime get to choose black?
I guess what happens is, I don't know, you probably must do a toss to see who gets white and black. I don't know what colour I'd pick. Do you pick black or do you pick white? Maybe you pick black-white, or maybe you come out fighting with white. Because you know if you win with white, and white is a big advantage still at this level, if you win the first game with white, that's it. All you have to do is draw. So, I don't know, it's a hard decision to make.
I think it doesn't really matter.
Maybe not too much.
Time control,
no,
and especially with such a tension that color is like secondary.
Yeah, and we should say that these guys have played some matches before at this quicker time limit. I know they played a death match on chess.com, which was all blitz chess, which Hikaru won quite convincingly. You've got to remember, Hikaru is simply one of the best blitz players, if not lifetime for him. He's an expert at 1 minute chess. He's so quick. But MVL's pretty handy as well. I mean, okay, so still developing the position at the moment. Okay, hands in the air now in the crowd. Who thinks White's going to win in this game? Anyone with Whites? Okay, we have about 5 hands. Who thinks it's going to be a draw? A draw? Oh, quite a lot of hands. And anyone for MVL? Anyone going for? Okay, I'll be the only person then. I'm putting my hand in the air. I'm gonna go for MVL just to put a little, just to mix things up a little bit. Okay. And who do you think looks more nervous? I have to say MVL is looking more nervous at the moment, but it might just be pure concentration.
He's caught in his main line, actually. He used to play exactly this line in a couple of games. I know it because he was my role model when I prepared it for black pieces.
Okay.
And usually he always went either the idea was queen f6 or with long castle. So now playing e6 and short castle is a commitment to avoid any deeper preparation. Obviously, Nakamura had enough time to do though.
Yeah, sure. So he's trying to avoid prep. I mean, this is maybe a little bit of a concession if he's not going for the main lines here. And actually, the last 2 times these players played, I didn't know this, in the Blitz World Championships in 2010, MVL won both of the games. So it wasn't actually Nakamura, it was MVL got 2 out of 2 against Naka. So that's a stat I didn't know.
So let's ask again, who's thinking that black is going to win?
Who? Yeah. Anyone think black's going to win? Okay, we have 2 people now, so it's building slowly. But I have to say, just the way he's played the opening, he hasn't gone, as you say, for the sharpest variation. And I have to think he probably hasn't done this because he's a bit worried that Hikaru might have something prepared there. And the time situation, well, they've still got lots of time left. They're not even halfway through their time. 6 minutes 40 and counting. So what is Hikaru going to do here, Lizzie, do you think?
Have a deep breath and then pointing out knight a3.
Yeah, knight a3 or the knight comes to e4, I'd say. So there's 2 ideas. You either bring the knight this way, which is a possibility. I'd be quite tempted to go knight d2 here.
Actually,
with the idea, something like this, maybe.
It's more convenient, actually. Also, like, because I have knight f1, knight g3 in the worst case and get rid of the bishop.
Yeah.
Bishop takes h7 is winning.
Bishop takes h7 is winning.
Now?
Okay, bishop takes h7 is the Greek gift. Let's have a look. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see. So is this? He's maybe obviously thinking about this, and the idea is if king takes h7, knight g5 check. Hello, he's gone for it. He's gone for it. He's gone bishop h7. Oh dear, a bolt from the blue, that one. Of course, we were just waiting to see if anyone else saw that one. So turn your computer off, Lee. So turn it off. Pretend it's you, but don't blame the computer. Oh, that's a massive blow. You can tell that I think MVL's just a bit too nervous for this first one. He can still fight back. And what's the point? Well, if king takes h7, knight g5 check. And here, well, if the king goes backwards, we pick the bishop up. If the king comes forwards, well, this looks incredibly risky to do that. I mean, if king g6, what do we play here?
Queen e4.
Maybe queen d3 check is the key point, because you want to stop f5, you want to meet this with crash bang wallop rook e6 check, and after queen d3 check it's going to be mate. After king f6, knight f7 is checkmate. Quite a nice checkmate there. And of course, if the king goes the other way, another piece comes to h7, but it's also checkmate, queen h7 checkmate. So this is a massive position. And after bishop h7, king takes knight g5. What about bishop takes g5? This is the only other way we can play.
We can take on h5, and if you go bishop
h6, yeah, actually.
We can take on f7, then take on e6. This is quite simple tactic, actually.
Check, king h8, rook takes e6, and now you're threatening the queen. Threatening that. Oh, he's gone for it. Oh dear, Maxime. I think he's just too nervous for this one. We can see the moves coming in quick and fast. And we have actually followed this line we've just looked at. Rook e6 respecting. Oh, he's gone queen f6 check. So this is all pretty easy for these guys to calculate. It's gone king h8, queen f6 check. And of course Hikaru has a draw minimum, but I think we're going to have to, if you're on MVL's side, I'm not voting that he's going to win this one anymore. I must say, I think I've slightly changed my impression here, and he's just fallen for this tactic. Poor guy. I think he just was. Maybe that will calm him down for the second game. It might do, and you know, a nice combination here. We should say that the arbiter is Margaret, who's sitting behind MVL there. And okay, does rook e6 work? So this is the key move.
Queen f8.
Now, if queen f8, only way to try and defend, this is the only possibility. Well, it's not quite checkmate yet. You have 4 pawns for the piece, so you could get 5 pawns for the piece by swapping the queens off and taking on h6 check.
You could also take on d7 actually.
Too many. Well, rook takes e6, rook f8 was what I was thinking as well here, just to try to not go into that ending. It's not all over. It's obviously better for Hikaru, but it's not entirely over here. You get a similar ending here. Okay, he's gone rook takes e6. He's played this move. It's been played. Now, some piece has to go to f8. Is it the queen? Is it the rook? Might not make too much difference. So, okay, but it's very tough. This should be just good for white. 4 pawns for the piece, but he's going to have to go into hustle mode now. MVL has to go in hustle mode. So what else can black play? Well, let's have a look at rook f8. Rook f8, and maybe even here you just go queen g6. Okay, probably comes the same thing after queen f4. Can you do anything else, or do you have to? I mean, the thing is, if you're white here, you're attacking. I don't think you want to take. You don't want to take queens off.
But I'm afraid you have to.
I think you have to as well. You probably have to go rook takes d6 and play a position like this. And okay, of course it's worse for white. For black, sorry, because white's got more material, but it's not completely over, is it, this?
No, it gives some chance, especially the knights are always very tricky pieces, especially in rapid.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, in rapid chess, you want to keep the knights on the board, actually. This is a little tactic.
I think it's far too early to resign here.
Yeah, you can't resign here. You've got to play this on. And MVL just thinking if he's going to go for this line, which looks like the best because your rook's got to f7, or if he's going to go queen f8. So he's gone rook f8, as expected. And after rook f8, can Hikaru keep the queens on the board? I'm not sure there's a way he can, because for example, after queen g6, which looks incredibly strong, there's this queen f4 move, and that just about holds onto this pawn. And I mean, even here, you could actually play this position. You don't need to take on h6 immediately. You might be able to do something else here. I mean, but if you're going to start playing moves like knight a3, it's still a game. It's still a game. It's not the end of the world for Maxime. Just barely the end of the world. So, okay, now we got this ending. So he's taken on d6, black's taken on f7. And here I expect we're going to see rook takes h. He's gone d5. Aha.
Yes, time for that.
Time to get these pawns going. And do you reckon he'd take on h6, or will he just continue pushing his pawns? So there's a tactic, of course. The tactic is, if the knight moves, you just take on b6. Easily missed. But can't you go rook d8? Can't Maxime go rook d8 here? Because if he moves the knight, he loses on the spot. But if he goes rook d8, is this not playable with a rook d8, rook d1 check? This is not so clear. Let's say you check king g7. Why is this clear? I'm not sure about this idea.
Actually,
not
maybe
sure at all.
d5 was a little bit too pushy.
I mean, but the thing is, it's quite easy to work out. If you move the knight, you lose. He's gone rook d8. He's played rook d8.
Move. He has to find it.
He has to find it.
Otherwise, he's
losing. Who reckons Maxime's going to win? I'm back. Okay, he's gone rook d8. And I think, did Nakamura Hikaru miss this one? He looks very annoyed. Okay, you can take the rook off. Of course you can. You can do a lot of moves, but
you
know,
want to get like
so
4 pawns for nothing. Instead, now you have only 3 pawns.
You have 3 pawns, and 3 pawns is very unclear. It's not easy. It's not one-way traffic here anymore, because this h pawn holds up a lot of these pawns over here. He simply missed it. Look at his face. Look at his face. That's not a face of saying, I saw that move, I had something brilliant prepared. You know, that's not the face you say, I saw all this. That's the face, oh yeah, oh. He's feeling disgusted, and also psychologically, that is going to really affect him. Maxime, back in the game. And look at Maxime's body language. He's gone back to, he's up there. Well, anything again possible here. And Hikaru is kicking himself, obviously a bit nervous. So c4, a6 has been played. And okay, I mean, it's a balanced position. I don't know, any 3 results possible here, do you think, Liz? Or?
Well, actually, like sometimes I believe that when you understand that you are winning, like Hikaru was, then you become too confident in some way, and you start moving too fast just to show basically your opponent it's time to resign.
Exactly.
And maybe this is a very typical mistake, which is very tempting, and a lot of players actually like to do that and fall for that.
Yeah, and I mean here, I mean how strong are these pawns? I mean the thing is, if black takes another pawn here, Liz, then black is going to be better. I mean, I don't know if they're good or strong, but this formation that black's got is not so bad because they're holding up a lot of squares, aren't they? I mean, it's certainly not the end of the world. The knight is holding the c6 square, and the other pieces have some potential. Maxine's rook here was a good move.
Especially the h6 pawn at the end might be the run-up.
Exactly, exactly. Hikaru could have taken this pawn, and that little pawn stops the g and h pawn. So it's very unclear. More tactics here. He's gone c6. Okay. Pawn takes c6, and now Hikaru has gone rook takes a6. So he's eventually trying to grab Harry, the h-pawn. It's all on Harry. So, okay, well, rook takes a6 played, and, okay, could we, okay, prediction. I might even predict a weird draw here. No, I don't know. It should be a white win. Should be a white win. That was, okay. But both very short a time. Rook a6 played. What's black going to do here? Well, knight c5, okay, is going to run into rook a8, unfortunately. So
knight b8 was played.
Knight b8, trying to hold the c6 pawn together and get rook b7, rook takes b3 in the game. Just remember that this is the first and second seed in the Gibraltar Congress playing against each other. They haven't played in the main competition, and I think it's great that these two are actually the people fighting it out. They do say that cream rises. Is that true? Sometimes it does. Some types of cream rise. It depends.
Is it actually the first tie-break match ever where they didn't face each other in the normal tournament?
I think so, yeah.
Who you fun and Knight to short they played before the normal tournament, before they faced each other on the tie-break. This I remember. And for the one with Svityugov,
he played against Ivanchuk, I think, one year. It could quite possibly be so. And hang on a minute, what's happening here, Liz? Oh, wow, this is a weird ending. A weird ending. I don't think this is so clear for white to win this. As we say, knights are tricky little beasts. They're tricky little beasts.
Actually, it's not clear, but I'm sure actually that Maxime will not lose this.
I don't think he will. I mean, Maxime's great in the ending, and I don't think he has any winning chances because he simply doesn't have enough pawns. But I think this is, you know, it's probably white pushing. I mean, just look at the body language if Nakamura doesn't win this. Maxime blundered. I think he's getting very confident, and now he's gone b4. Okay, still a bit tricky. And Maxime's brought his knight to d6. The knights are doing a very good job of controlling the squares. And
now imagine it's the same position without the pawn on a6.
I know, exactly.
It's a huge difference.
Massive difference. Hikaru could have taken this pawn with check. If that pawn wasn't on the board, it's game over. And now, well, okay, I expect it should be a draw. I mean, there's some weird, remember those endgame positions? It's a Trotsky position where you have
2 knights against the king and the extra pawn.
That's right, yeah.
You know when it's winning? When the pawn didn't cross the middle, I mean, like in the field of the opponent, then it is winning.
A winning position.
But once, like for example, you're black and you reached h4 or g4 or f4 or whatever, it's not winning anymore. But if I'm on h5, g5, f5, and I'm blocked, then actually white has chances with the 2 knights to win. This is a rule.
Sure. So let's have a look. The moves are coming so quick and fast. It's even our DGT is struggling to keep up. So Hikaru's knight is doing a bit of a dance here. I don't think this knight is going particularly making any progress. I mean, the thing is, this b pawn can't move because of the d6 knight, and king e6 has been played. And I have to say here, well, I don't think, you know, really no problems here at all. f4 being played. Well, white has the winning chances, though. White has the winning chances. You can still go h4 and you can still go g5. 2 pawns on both sides of the board. Some chances here. Time situation, Nakamura, only 2 minutes left. That won't bother him. Black, well centralised now. King d5.
The idea of king e4, I bet.
Yeah. You probably don't want to go and take this pawn over here with your king because you want to keep an eye on white's kingside pawns here. So I'd imagine king to f3 is an option, but then there's a knight d4 check, and you see just how tricky these knights can become. So very complex position. He's gone f5, of course, using that pawn, and now maybe the black king is controlling the f pawn. And actually, what does white do? Because if white ever moves the knight, you lose the pawn on b4. And, you know, it looks like they're blockaded, these pawns now. They're not moving. You can only move your king. In actual fact, I'm really not convinced about this position for Hikaru. You can see him looking a little bit despondent there. He can only move his king. If he moves anything else, then it's a real problem. So king g3 played.
And after h5, I get rid of one pawn. Then in the worst case, I can take on f5 and b4, and the game is over.
Yeah, this is going to be a draw now. Simply the idea, taking on g4, taking on f5, taking on b4. Get rid of all of those pawns. I mean, this is kind of like resigning for Hikaru. Okay, he's going to try some tricks, knight c5. If he draws this game, I think the ball is then massively in Maxim's favour, because he's saved this lost position.
I just take now on g4, then I take one time on f5, and I take on b4, and you're going to stop the game, no?
Yeah, if we take here, so let's say we take here, take on b4.
He takes on f5 immediately.
Yeah, well, you can do this as well. He's worked out there is a draw here, that after knight take, wait, is he, okay, he's done this one? This is a bit more risky.
No, it is not, because after she takes f5, there's knight takes b4.
So there we go. Well, it'd be nice to...